Okay, hello and welcome. Now we are going to talk about sustainable entrepreneurial performance. Yeah, I know the exam is about to come, but maybe these things can give you some ideas about how the concept works. So let's just begin. So we will understand this sustainable entrepreneurial performance. And if we think this concept as a matter like sand or fire or water or oxygen, we can see this matter as this big or tiny though. And we can name this matter as SEP. Yeah, newly found matter by Rocky, so to say. Just like the way we understand matter around this world, we understand it by zooming in to that matter and we found something else. For example, like we have water here, and if we zoom really deep onto this matter, we will find something completely different. You will see something like this. H2O. So the same idea goes to this concept of SEP. So if we zoom in deep enough into this matter, we will see something like this. There's two big concepts that we have to take into account. The first is about the ambidextrous organization. It is where the company can have both intelligence to see the future as well as to perform well in the present. And it has two main features. The first is about the adaptability. And the second one is about the alignment. And the second big concept is actually about the absorptive capacity. AC here, absorptive capacity. Though it is not directly related to these two features, but in the same sense, they are connected. So for the organization to have such an absorptive capacity, they have to be aware of their environment. They have to be have a sensitivity to absorb information from the outside. They have to be adaptable to the environment. So it is safe to say that they have the link here. And at the same way, to be as absorptive, the organization have to build their capacity based on their prior knowledge, which is they have to align their new knowledge to their prior knowledge in order to build more beneficial outcome from the knowledge. So it is also safe to say that this part also connected. So we have these two big things, ambidextrous organization and absorptive capacity. Those two sharing the same feature of adaptability and alignment in the same sense. And let's expand this constellation further. On the adaptability part, it is also related to the concept called exploration. It is when you try to explore new things. It is when you be aware of your environment and try to see what is the future, what is the potential competitive advantage of the company. It is when you see beyond your current operation. And this alignment is more about the exploitation. It is when you try to use your existing knowledge to utilize them to make something, to make your competitive advantage. And in this way, you are focusing on the present, on your current operation. So this upper part, it is more about the future. It is more towards the external environment. And while this bottom part is actually more about the present and also internal environment. Most of the scholars say that these two things has actually have a trade-off, that you cannot maximize both of them because they are competing on the resource. So it is the art of maintaining the balance that define the sustainability of the company. So I would say that these four things are the constellation that make the sustainable entrepreneurial performance, because one cannot exist without another. And it is also the balance is the key here. The balance between the exploration and exploitation, the balance between doing things efficiently and effectively right now, and also have a future vision about what the company will achieve in the future. And in this sense that these four, I will say this is the core of the sustainable entrepreneurial performance. And it is also like the configuration here about water. If one thing doesn't exist, so it cannot be longer called as water, it is something else. The same way here, if one of this part is being taken out or even not being considered as important, I would say that it is hard to achieve this sustainable entrepreneurial performance, or SEP. Then let's wrap up. So sustainable entrepreneurial performance, it is the interplay between ambidextrous organization and absorptive capacity, that they both are sharing the same things about focusing on the future as well as maintaining the present. And in the end of the day, the balance is the key to get a good grade in your exam.